Chapter 9. Medieval India, the Mughal Empire. On the eve of Babur's invasion of India in 1526, India was ruled by a breakaway king of Delhi Sultanate, and there was no powerful central authority. Bengal, Jaunpur, Gujarat, Malwa, and Mewar had all become independent. These states were always fighting against one another. These states were always fighting against one another, with the result that a sense of insecurity and tension reigned supreme throughout the country. However, these regional kingdoms, one by one, came under the control of the Mughals. The main sources of information about the Mughals are Ain A. Akbari. It was written by Abul Fazl, the minister, and one of the 9 jewels of Akbar's court. It was a part of a large project of history writing commissioned by Akbar. It is regarded as a precious source material for knowing the administration and culture during the reign of Akbar. The Ain A. Akbari is divided into 5 books. The first book deals with the imperial household. The second book deals with the servants of the emperor, the military, and the civil services. The third book deals with the imperial administration. It consists of the regulations for the judicial and executive departments and the divisions of the empire. The fourth book contains information about Hindu philosophy, science, social customs, and literature. The fifth book contains the wise sayings of Akbar. This also contains an account of the ancestry and biography of the author Abul Fazl. The Taj Mahal, Agra. It was built by Shah Jahan in memory of his beloved wife Mumtaz Mahal. It is the mausoleum of both Mumtaz Mahal and Shah Jahan. It is built at Agra on the banks of the river Yamuna. It was designed by Ustad Isha Khan and it is made of pure white marble. The main structure is constructed on a high platform. On each of the 4 corners of the platform, there is a minaret. The central dome rises to a height of 56.1 meters. The interior has an octagonal chamber. The marble dome in the center looks like an inverted lotus. The actual graves are in lower chamber underground. The entire structure of Taj Mahal is made of marble and the walls are decorated with floral designs made of semi-precious stones. This method of decoration is called Paitra Dura. The Taj Mahal brought together all the architectural forms developed by the Mughals like massive domes of marble, Paitra Dura inlay work, and kiosk, chhatris. Taj Mahal was designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1983 and was declared as one of the 7 wonders of the world in 2007. The Jama Masjid. It was built by Shah Jahan and is the biggest mosque in India. Its courtyard has the capacity to accommodate thousands of people at a time. It is built on a lofty basement with majestic flights of steps leading to the imposing gateways on 3 sides of the courtyard. It has 3 gateways, 4 towers, and 2 40-meter high minaret constructed of red sandstone and white marble. The northern gate has 39 steps, the eastern gate has 35 steps, and the southern gate has 33 steps. The face of its spacious prayer hall consists of 11 arches of which the central arch rises far above the roof level. The Red Fort, Delhi. It was built by Shah Jahan after he decided to shift his capital to Delhi. It is located on the banks of the Yamuna. Red sandstone and marble were used in its construction. The fort has massive walls and two gateways. The western gateway is known as the Lahori Gate. This gate was used for the emperor's ceremonial purposes. Among the many impressive buildings in the complex are Diwan-e-Am and Diwan-e-Khas. The Diwan-e-Khas is the lavishly ornamented hall where the peacock throne was placed. The hall was used by the emperor to give audience to the princes of the royal family, nobles, and other important dignitaries. Aurangzeb later built the Moti Masjid in the Red Fort. It is made of pure marble. The Red Fort is an important historical monument. Many historical events are connected with this fort. The Prime Minister of India every year unfurls the national flag from the ramparts on Independence Day, August 15.